Hello and welcome to cEDH TV gameplay. Me and Pontus are joined by Zach.
Hey guys.
And Coffee.
Hi.
So we've seen this a couple of times recently. It's a pretty basic storm list, just abusing Vadrik's ability to make all my spells dirt cheap really, and casting big, normally bad spells for next to no mana.
I'm trying out Dargo Jeska again. It's basically just a bunch of Dargo loops stuffed together in a deck. So you focus on either killing people with Dargo beats or making infinite mana in one of several ways to kill with Jeska.
I'm playing the new Aragorn. I'm going to try this out. Basically a Jeska Ascendancy deck where we're going to try and storm off, hopefully to win. Or if that doesn't work, we've got breach lines as well.
And I'm playing Lonis, Simic Snake Elf Scout, that is creating a lot of clues, but also potentially stealing cards from your opponents, and is trying to win in Simic ways from infinite mana and doing Simic strange things, like it's a mutant and things like. In any case, let's take a look at some opening hands. So we have a Bird of Paradise, and then we have a turn 2 commander. We have a Force of Negation, but we don't have a blue card, but we could draw into a blue card, I guess. We also have a Shaya, Soul of the Wild, Academy Manufacturer. So it's a little bit of a greedy hand because we don't actually have any real interaction besides this Force of Negation that we actually can't currently cast. We are probably gonna get a turn 2, so we should be getting 2 cards to our hands. And we do have our commander in play early, Academy Manufacturer and Soul of the Wild, so I think I'm gonna keep this hand anyway. We could be mulliganing, but what we're kind of mulliganing towards is like a Ristic study of sorts, or like a faster combo, or more interaction. In general, we have all of that already, kinda. It's not like the best opener, but it's definitely gonna be an opener that is getting somewhere. Like we're gonna have a game. And with that, let's take a look at what Zach is playing with his Vadrik.
Curse Totem, Gamble, not great. Curse Totem could be okay, but not ideal for this matchup, and no real ramp to get me going, so I'll try that again. Okay, so this is a lot better. Turn 1, Ristic Study probably, and then turn 2, we can either go Vadrik, or we can go Torpor Orb and Curse Totem. Both really nice. I don't know how much Torpor Orb affects either of the decks. Aragorn I'm assuming is Dockside loops, unless it's Food Chain, so we'll stop that. And I'm assuming the other guys have Dockside and similar things, so it's good. And Curse Totem shuts off Ionis, or Lonis, or whatever his name is. So yeah, I will keep on second 7.
So Aragorn is 4 colours. We're just going to keep this hand. Let's see what Pontus says.
Let's look at a starting 7. Yeah, this is a no-lander, so it's not a keep. It's not that far otherwise, but yeah, no-lander. I found the lands, but yeah, this is just too slow. So this is one of those hands that are kind of decent, but also just doesn't do anything. Kind of a good start here, like turn 1, Arcane Signet into Impulsive Pilfer, into turn 2, at least Felwar Stone, maybe Felwar Stone Dargo, get a treasure from Pilferer, crack the bauble. Like that's not horrible, but we're very reliant on top decks. So I'm gonna mulligan this, but could keep this and hope to be lucky. Hoping to be lucky? No. Go to 5. This is worse, yes. We neither have the mana or the action. They go to 4, just hope for wheels. So this could be Tomorrow Strike it Rich. We hold up Red Blast. No, this just doesn't do it. The Treasure Bolt is kind of cute, but it's like turn 3 at the earliest that we do anything with it. And then we make 1 treasure. So no, go to 4. So this is a turn 1 Blood Moon. And that's it. I honestly think we kind of have to keep this and just hope that Blood Moon keeps us in the game. Going to 3, it's really hard to find mana plus payoff at 3. It's basically just land the Crypt Wheel, and we just have 2 wheels for that, and 1 mana Crypt. So I think we're gonna keep this. It's so weird. Red of Flame, MS Rare, Close Battle, Blood Moon. Close to being able to cast a Treasonous Ogre, but I don't think that's a reasonable plan to... No, I don't think Treasonous Ogre is the choice. So yeah, just the turn 1 Blood Moon, which is not that great. But maybe it gives us enough time. Maybe we are lucky. I think we're just losing this game. Just gonna be honest. We should have kept our 6. But that's what we get when we have no advantage and don't want to gamble. Let's start the game and watch me lose.
Draw a card. I'm gonna play this Forest, tap Forest, cast a Bird of Paradise, and pass.
I will draw for turn. I will play a Scalding Tarn and crack it. If that's good, I will get a Volk Island. I will play a Mana Crypt, and then I'll tap 3 for a Ristic Study. And if that's good, I shall pass the turn.
Let's draw a card. I can never read these little lands. Play a Plateau. Tap said plateau to play an Esper Sentinel. Cannot pay for your Ristic stuff. That's good. I will pass the turn.
Inventor's Fair, land for turn. Pay for Lotus Bottle. I'll pay for Ristic. You have more mana. You draw Vesper. Then I pass turn.
Do the Delta, sacrifice it. We'll find a tropical island, and I'm gonna cast my commander, and I'm gonna pay for Ristic Study, and then I'm gonna pass the turn.
Heads. Cool. Tails, I take 3 damage. I will draw for turn. I will play a Snow-Covered Mountain. I will tap my Mana Crypt for a Cursed Totem. You may draw. I will then pay 2 for a Torpor Orb. And if that's good, I shall pass the turn.
I'm having flashbacks. Untap. Play a Windswept Heath as land for turn. I'd like to crack it. Probably a Tiger, I think that's what I need to get here. Zach, you're a problem, aren't you? Always a bloody problem. I'd like to play a Mana Vault. I'll pay the 1. And pass the turn. No, sorry, not pass the turn. Zach, take 1.
That's just kind of mean. So yeah, if you look at board states, the fact that Mons led basic land into Bird's Paradise, and we had a Mana Crypt Rustic from Zach, and I don't think that's what I'm actively wanting to do right now. If anything, I'd like to shut down Zach because he's running away with this game if this continues. But the Fighting Giant's Fury is kind of something for me to aim at. We're still far away since we're here on 4 if you want to cast Dargo. 2 sacrifices is 4. 4, 5, 6, 7. We're on the Fire Giant's Fury plan. Hopefully they don't counter it, and hopefully it hits anything next turn. Wait, oh, no. I had to stop the red mana because the Rite of Flame isn't live. This is horrible. I hate this spot, but yeah.
Draw a card. So, Lonis can actually play through a tiny bit of hate and stacks, because Lonis has both an artifact activated ability on it and a creature activated ability on it. So if there's a Torpor, Cursed Totem in play, we can still crack the clues. And in this case, we can crack the clues. If there is a Collector Oof in play, we can still tap Lonis to mill people and steal their cards. So we can play around one of them. However, in this situation, we have a Torpor Orb in play, and Lonis reads enters the battlefield. So I won't make any clues whatsoever. So we're in a annoying position. But we're not gonna feed any Ristic Studies. So I'm gonna cast Delighted Halfling. It's one of the new mana dorks, and upgraded the Boreal Druid from Lord of the Rings. And then we're gonna play a command tower here too, and paying for Ristic Study on the... And then I'm gonna punch, and then I pass the turn.
I'll untap. I will call heads. I flip tails, so I take 3, and then I will draw for 10. I'll play an Arid Mesa. I'll crack it, and if that's good, I'll go get a Steam... Steam Vents. Yeah, I'll shock it in, so take 2 more. I'll tap for a colourless, tap for a red, tap for a blue. I'll attempt to cast my commander, so I will track daytime up here. Anything else? No, I've got a colourless floating. I'll use a colourless and a blue... No, I will just pass the turn and let my colourless fizzle.
Okay, tap. Play an Ottawara. I would like to tap 3 and play a Frantic, not paying. Draw 2. I will discard Bellseeker, a Tiger, untap 3 lands. 1, 2. Let's play Ranger Captain. I'm not paying for it. Because of Torpor Orb, there is no ETB. Pass the turn.
Go to my turn. That's funny, Dick. You're very funny. Pass turn.
Draw a card. Nice.
So at the start of your turn, because there was no spells cast, Vadrik gets a +1/+1 counter. It becomes nighttime.
I think we have found a somewhat solution to the problem. I'm gonna put this Gaia's Cradle. It's a land that taps for mana equal to creatures.
Oh boy.
And if you can't remove the pieces, you remove the player. I'm casting 5 CMC Ashaya Soul of the Wilds, and I'm paying for Ristic Study. This creature will have a power equal to the amount of lands I control, which is currently a bunch. So it's gonna punch hard at the very least. Normally it's a combo piece, but it's good at killing players too.
So it's an 8/8 at the minute.
And then I pass.
Sure, I will untap. I flip tails, I take 3. And I will draw for turn. I'm going to shock in a Seagate, whatever the other side is called. Seagate Reborn. I will not pay for Esper, you can draw. I will get a Complete the Circuit. I will then pay 6, Convoking Vadrik. Attempt to cast Complete the Circuit.
So sadly I can't crack Ranger Captain because of the cursed. I pass.
Sadly, I pass 2.
Cool, so my next spell is copied twice. I will pay 1 red and put 3 Jeska's Will on the stack, targeting... You got 6, I'll target yourself with all 3, using both modes of course. If everyone's happy, I'll resolve the first one, netting 6 red and exiling, so Tabernacle, Felwar Stone, and Seething Sun. I will let 1 more resolve, going up to 12 red, exiling a Talisman of Creativity, a Frantic Search, and a Valakut Awakening. I actually think I'll let the original resolve as well, so going to 18 red and exiling Cephalid Colosseum, Emergent Zone, and Winds of Rebuke. So what I'm going to do here with my 18 red is I'll use 2 of my red, I'll cast Felwar Stone, I'll then use 2 of my red for Talisman of Creativity. I'll then tap... does anyone have blue? Yeah, you've got blue. You got command. So I'll tap my Felwar Stone for a blue and cast Winds of Rebuke, targeting my Mana Crypt. So Mana Crypt back to my hand and everyone mill 2 cards.
Kill a Drake and a Flooded Strand.
Right, so I will now... I'll use 1 red. I'll cast Seething Song, co-op 5 red, go to 18 again. Tap for a blue here and cast a Frantic Search. I will draw 2. Discard Mountain Command Tower and untap blue land. So I'll tap for blue and I'll use 6 of my red, going down to 12, to cast Recall, targeting these 4 cards. Frantic Search, Solve the Equation, Complete the Circuit, and Jeska's Will. So Recall exiles itself. I will discard Desperate Ritual, Pyretic Ritual, Mana Crypt, and snap these cards back into my hand. I'll pay 1 blue, 1, 2, and 3 red, going down to 9 to cast Complete the Circuit again. I will then use 1 blue to put 3 Frantic Searches on the stack. I'll resolve these one at a time. Draw 2, discard Arcane Signet, Inspired Tinkering, untap 1, 2, 3. I'm going to let the next one resolve, why not? Draw 2. I'll float 3 blue, and tap 3, discard Mountain and Island, and then let the original resolve as well, again floating 3 blue, untap the same 3, draw 2, discard Ottawara and discard Flusterstorm. Okay, so now using 1 of the blue, I'll cast a Solve the Equation. This will get me Reiterate. I'll put that in my hand. I will then use 1 of my floating red, going down to 8 red, to cast Jeska's Will, targeting Coffee again. I'll hold priority on that. I'll use 2 red and 2 blue because it's only reduced by 2. Going down to 3 blue in my pool and 6 red to cast Reiterate, targeting Jeska's Will.
I got 9.
Good, this will let me loop this to generate an infinite amount of red because Coffee has 6 cards in hand, so it will allow me to gain 6 red and it only costs me 4 to recast the Reiterate with buyback. And then it will also exile my entire library. So I will keep going until I find Delayed Blast Fireball, and then I will cast that from exile. So because of my infinite mana from Jeska's Will Reiterate, I will cast Delayed Blast Fireball, which will be cast from exile because of Jeska's Will, dealing 5 damage to each opponent and each creature they control, and then I will reiterate that with buyback to deal infinite damage to my opponents until they're all dead. GG's.
The combination of Torpor Orb and Cursed Totem got me.
Yeah, we mulligan to a hand with barely any mana and barely a game plan, so that's kind of how it goes.
Yeah, Cursed Totem and Torpor Orb in 1 turn is absolutely devastating. From there, we were dead in the water.
So I got to a pretty lucky start hand, to be honest, but it didn't accelerate my game plan much, but it slowed my opponents down long enough that I could find the pieces I need to just win the game. Turns out 2 stacks pieces turn 2 that stop my opponents in their tracks is pretty good. GG's.